Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Once again, coming to you from nature. I'm starting to kind of feel like Ralph Smart out here. Can I get a hello there? Alright, seriously now. I had a class recently and we talked about why fruits and vegetables are not satisfying to a lot of people. And this is a common thing that I'm told, that fruits and vegetables just don't satisfy me, that I need something more substantial, I need that piece of meat on my plate to make the meal complete. And I'm going to tell you why that happens and why you have to give it time to let your taste buds adjust and let your body reacclimate to its natural foods rather than being stimulated and kind of dumbed down a little bit, for lack of a better word. So first thing that I want to talk about is our obsession with cooked food. All right, so cooked food, while not the worst thing that you could be eating, it is going to impact your taste buds. So my personal experience, when I went back to eating cooked food after a long stint of completely raw, even the slightest bit of cooked food, the next day I could feel that my tongue was burnt. So having, I believe it was like a chili or some sort of soup, like a vegetable soup. I had it at one of our family holiday get-togethers, and the next day my tongue was so sore because I could feel that the heat from that food, my tongue was so sensitive to that heat. And people that normally eat cooked food, you know, they're not going to even notice this because their taste buds are just completely like numbed out, right? They are completely singed to the point where they are not able to sense all of the delicate flavors and just all of the components of the food that they're eating. They're getting just a fraction of the sensation that they normally would get. And so if you've been on a raw food diet for a good amount of time and you go back to eating some cooked food, you may notice that your taste buds, you can feel that they were burnt, right? That they were sort of like singed. And again, so this is going to impact your ability to sense all of the flavors. So when you go more on the the raw food side after you've been just eating cooked your whole life, yeah, it's going to seem bland. It's going to seem dull because those cooked foods are seasoned and they are loaded with salt and pepper and other spices and seasonings. And so that is why they taste so good, is because you have to enhance the flavor. You have to basically overstimulate your taste buds in order for them to get that full flavor, that full sensation of satisfaction, because your taste buds are compromised. All right, so that is a big reason why people will tend to think raw food is bland or dull. So that's one thing I would like you to understand. Another thing, and I kind of just covered it, it's just that overstimulation. Too much salt, too much seasonings, too much high fructose corn syrup, too many artificial sweeteners, too much junk, right? Too much synthetic overstimulation. So when you go to natural foods, which to me now taste amazing, they taste vibrant, they taste just divine. But when I was eating regular food on a standard American diet, I probably too would have thought that these foods taste dull and bland. Now if I go back to, I haven't done it for years, but after I had been, down my detox journey a ways, I went back to drinking pop one time, and I just remember how disgusting it was. It was like a thick, like syrup, chemical soup. It was not it was not pleasing to my taste buds. And so I never drank pop after that again. And the same goes with a lot of the other foods that I used to eat. I'm sure if I went back to eating them now, they would taste like chemicals and just, you know, slop that is not satisfying. So again, it's really just the perversion of our taste buds, and the, you know, basically our culture is just fixated on foods that overstimulate, that weigh us down. You know, people want that heavy feeling. And that's another one of the points that I wanted to make is, you know, raw foods are so much lighter. They are so much more dilute in calories. They are so much more filled with water and fiber. And so you're not going to, typically in the beginning, you're not going to eat as much because you're getting a lot of that fiber and water that you're not used to in your cooked food, animal products, processed food diet. So you have to give your body time to adjust to all of these changes. There are so many factors that go into this that, you know, you can't expect for your body to just accept all of the changes all at once and you're just going to be satisfied right away. You know, the heaviness is sort of a emotional attachment that we have as well. So it's not just physical, it's also emotional. And when we think back, I mean, if I think back, you know, yeah, it felt so good to just, I used to eat like a full pizza to myself, and, you know, I would eat it and then I would just basically lay on the couch and just lay there and just feel zonked out. And so those are feelings that we become attached to over the several years that we are doing this, and it just becomes part of our comfort zone. And people don't like to give up their comfort zone. They don't like to challenge their boundaries. And so that is one thing that I would encourage people to embrace. You know, embrace challenging what you have done and embrace stretching your limits. So if you're going to give this a try, if you're somebody that's been thinking about a raw food diet or just a vegan diet, definitely embrace the fact that it's going to take time. At least give it, I say, a month, if not, you know, minimum 3 months. I think there's a lot of changes that are going to occur with you over those 3 months that you just have to wait out the process. All right. So other things that can affect the satisfaction level, as well as things like cravings, are parasites. People that have been eating meat their whole lives, they're going to have parasites. Even vegans are going to have parasites, but the parasites that are going to be in your intestines from eating meat they're very strong at changing and influencing your will and your cravings. They're going to send signals to your brain that make you want what they want. And what they want is rotting flesh. And so that is why a lot of people say they could never give up meat, is because the parasites within their intestines are telling them that they don't want to give up meat. So they signal to the person's brain that, you know, meat is something that they just cannot live without. So that's another thing. Once you clean out, you detoxify your body, and you remove the terrain that allows these parasites to live in you, then when they're gone, you will again start to feel a more natural craving for natural foods, and that is fruits and vegetables. That's pretty much the list of what I had here for you guys. You know, there's a lot of different factors. There's many more than I covered in this video, but I just wanted to give you a really quick overview of some of the things that influence people's preferences as far as what they want to eat and how satisfied they get when they switch over to a plant-based diet. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below as always. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Always follow your raw intuition.
Detoxify your mind and body. Be the change you want to see. Small steps towards living better. Small steps to where I want to be.